Good morning you all, and students, you know that this lecture we can say that is a special lecture because tense I am going to teach you, and this is the basic of the grammar part. Once you know the tense, whenever we have to use the tense, where we have to use the tense, how we have to use the tense, then it is easy for you to solve each and every grammar topic. So for that reason, I decide that for standard 9th, 10th, 11th, science and commerce, for both means for all of you, the tense are very important part. And this is the basic that 9th standard students, okay, they are learning it very properly. But 10th and 11th science commerce, don't suppose that or don't think that these are supposed to only for the lower level. No. In 12th science also, commerce also, tense are very important. I repeat my sentence. Once you are familiar with the tense, then it is very easy for you to understand and solve each and every exercise. So, in detail, I am going to teach you about the tense. Tense shows time. Okay? Tense means what? The word which shows time and with which we are familiar. Now here, I have written something, and there are main three forms of the tense. You know that present tense, past tense and future tense. So in present tense again there are four kinds, that is simple present, present continuous, present perfect and present perfect continuous tense. In past also same four kinds are there: simple past, past continuous, past perfect and past perfect continuous tense. And last one, which is we can call it future. It also has four kinds: simple future, future continuous, future perfect and future perfect continuous tense. These three means total 12 tense we are going to take or we are going to learn in I don't know how many lectures it will take, but okay, I will suppose to complete the tense in every particular lecture. So students, here you know that this table is very familiar. I am saying to you that very common to you. You know what, ma'am, in 9th and 11 you are teaching like this, but this is very important for you. Today, I am not only teaching you the tense, but where we have to use, what is its actual format. Means in detail, we are going to learn the tense. So with this, I am starting. See, student, first one is simple present. You know, in simple present, I have written write, writes. Means V1 is there. V1 means first form of the verb, and sometimes verb is attached with S and ES. So here S attached to write, so it becomes writes. Then in continuous tense, am is are. It shows the am is are. It is used in present tense only, and whenever the verb is attached with ing, it is called continuous tense. Means if the verb is attaching with ing, then in every tense, see, have you seen in everyone I have added ing to the verb? Why? Because continuous means the action is going on, and that is why we are adding ing to the verb. So whenever there is a present continuous tense, am is are comes, I with I am comes. If singular subject is there, is comes. Plural subject is there, are comes. So am is are writing. Same in perfect tense. Perfect tense means where the action. Perfect tense shows that you are completing the action. Completion of the action. So here has and have comes. And just keep in your mind, students, whenever there is a perfect tense, I use the V3 here. In every tense, I use the V3. Means here perfect tense written V3, past perfect written, future perfect written. Means whenever there is a perfect tense, always use V3. Whenever there is a continuous tense, always use the verb with ing, the suffix. Okay. So here has comes with singular subject, have with plural. So here has still it is going on. At that time we are using this present perfect continuous tense. So here has, have, I have used, and been comes, B-double-E-N, been, and again as it is continuous tense, so ing comes. Okay, ing form is writing. Write is the main verb and ing is the suffix I added here. So this is the present perfect continuous tense. Now move towards past tense. In simple past, always V2 comes. V2 means second form of the verb, and in continuous tense, was, were. If subject is singular, then was, and in plural, then were. So was, were, and ing form same I have taken in present continuous. So it is was, were, writing. Now here, perfect tense. Either the subject is plural or singular, only one supporting verb comes, helping verb you can say had, and V3 that is written. So it is your past perfect tense. Now in past perfect continuous tense, had and been and ing form. Clear? Now future. In simple future, shall and will comes. Shall write, will write. Okay, it shows the future tense. Now continuous ing, but be comes, be, shall be, will be, writing. And in perfect tense, shall have, will have, written. That type of words are coming in future perfect tense. Now in future perfect continuous, hardly this tense is used. This tense is hardly we are using. In our regular communication, this tense is not used. See, shall have been, will have been, and writing. This is the perfect chart of the tense. This is of 4 pages, but I have concluded it in only your half page. Why? Because smart work nowadays this is the era of the smart work, no? So we have to be smart. Okay? So I have done the smart work over the board. The 12 tenses you are learning only through one table. So this is very beneficial for you because this is the work of 12 pages, but we have completed in half page only. Means can't be smart? Yes, absolutely. Now, first tense in detail we are going to learn. The name of the tense is simple present tense or present tense. Give the heading present tense. In present tense, first tense is simple present. Now, this is the tense. This is a simple present and its format is format of simple present tense. What is its format? How can you identify? Subject plus V1. V1 means verb plus sometimes S and ES comes and other word. Other word means other subject. It includes complement or object. This is the format of simple present tense. Example. Suppose Sahil plays cricket. This is the example. Suppose two students are there, then Sahil and Swayam or Sahil and Neil play cricket. Now see, have you seen any different here, student? See the format. Subject, that is Sahil. V1, that is play, or Sahil is singular subject, so it attached with S, and cricket is your object. Now suppose plural form is there, then only V1 comes. Don't attach S and ES to it. Only when S and ES comes, when there is a singular subject. So here subject is singular. So Sahil plays cricket, and here Sahil and Neil play cricket. So here you get the difference. Okay? Clear? Whenever there is a singular form, attach the word with S or ES. Or if the subject is plural, then take the main form. Now see, these are the, we can say, format. Okay? Suppose statement, that is simple sentence. Suppose I want to make interrogative. Interrogative sentence. In interrogative sentence, students, see, I will take the same example, plays. Okay, so I use example does. Okay, why? Because verb is attached with s. So does, then Sahil. Sahil plays cricket. Question mark. This is the interrogative. Does. Why I put does here? Because verb has s or es suffix. That is why I have written does. Once I have written does, then I remove the s of here. Many students are doing the silly common mistake. What? They are writing does properly, but they are adding s here. So that is your wrong answer. Once you are taking does here, so there is no need to add the s behind the verb. So the interrogative form of simple present is that does Sahil play cricket? Interrogative means question. Another example, this one, that this is your first and this is your second. Now here also first and second. Here do comes. Why? Because main verb is there. No s or es suffix is added. That is why only do comes. Do Sahil and Neil play cricket. And don't forget to give the question. See, have you find any difference, student? Yes, absolutely, because many of you have same doubt in the communication. Whenever we are going to talk with someone or somebody else, at that time we are getting the question that can I use does or do or are or is or am. That type of question we are getting. So don't afraid. Whenever you are speaking about your habitual action, okay, whatever you are doing regularly, and if you want to use the interrogative in that, then always ask the question with do and does. Clear? Now it's negative form. This is the interrogative. Now negative form. Negative sentence. So the negative sentence means what? Here we can continue the same example. Suppose first example, Sahil does not or doesn't, you can take, play cricket. Other example, Sahil and Neil do not or don't play cricket. Means what? This is your negative form. So here I added does not. Why does? Because same. What same question? Or what the same, we can say hint I have given to you. If the verb is attaches with s and es, always take does. So whenever we are doing the negative of it, then does not comes. And if you are taking does not, then remove the s. Complete. So Sahil does not play cricket. And next one is Sahil and Neil does not play cricket. This is your another one. So students, this is the format I have taught. This is the assertive sentence, you can call it. Then interrogative sentence, and another one is the negative sentence. Now see, let's see some uses of it. That where we have to use the simple present tense. As I told you, if we want to express our habitual actions. Habitual actions means I get up at 6 o'clock, I brush my teeth, I go to school. So here I am just using V1. Okay, means whenever you are explaining your habitual action, at that time you have to use simple present tense only. Very easy. Now if I ask the question to you, speak about yourself. मैंने तुमको ऐसा क्वेश्चन पूछा, अपने बारे में बोलो, तो तुम लोग कैसे बोलोगे अपने बारे में? किस तरह से एक्सप्लेन करोगे? मैम माय नेम मीन्स डैश डैश। सपोज मेरे बारे में बोलना है तो मैं सिंपल प्रेजेंट टेंस यूज करूंगी। देखो माय नेम मीन्स मनीषा इसे, ओके। आई वर्क इन वेदांत इंटरनेशनल स्कूल, ओके। माय सब्जेक्ट इज इंग्लिश, आई टीच इंग्लिश टू स्टैंडर्ड 9th 10th 11th and 12th. I get up at 6 o'clock. My school starts at 7:30. My school ends at 12:30. I return to home at 1 o'clock. So here return, starts. See, you can pause the video and repeat the question that what I told recently. What I said. अभी मैंने जो बोला वो तुम लोग एक बार रिवाइज करो कि मैं आपने कैसे बोला। Once you know, अगर तुमको ये पता चल जाएगा कि सिंपल बोलना है मुझे, सिंपल, अभी मैंने ये किया वो किया, सुबह उठती हूँ ये करती हूँ वो करती हूँ, जस्ट यूज सिंपल प्रेजेंट। आ गई इंग्लिश? काफी लोगों को यही प्रॉब्लम होता है कि इंग्लिश बोले कैसे। बस जस्ट यूज सिंपल प्रेजेंट टेंस ओनली व्हाइल यूजिंग इंग्लिश। छोटे छोटे सेंटेंस से सीखो और टेंस तुम्हारे लिए बेनिफिशियल है, ओके। अगर तुमको टेंस पे कमांड आती है, इसको लर्न नहीं करना है, इसको माइंड में बिठाना है कि ऐसे मुझे करना है। काफी लोग क्या करते हैं, सम मेनी हैव द हैबिट दैट दे आर ट्रांसफरिंग हिंदी और देयर मदर टंग एनी ऑफ अस इनटू इंग्लिश। दैट इज द रॉन्ग मेथड ऑफ लर्निंग इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज। इंग्लिश अगर तुमको बोलना है, ओके, तो इंग्लिश में ही सोचो कि मुझे ये बोलना है। अगर तुमने उसको हिंदी किया या तुम्हारी जो भी गुजराती, सपोज किसी की मदर टंग है, मेरी मदर टंग सपोज मराठी है, तो मैं उसको मराठी से अगर इंग्लिश करती हूँ तो मेरी इंग्लिश रॉन्ग रहेगी, क्योंकि इंग्लिश में ऑब्जेक्ट हमेशा पीछे होता है और हर एक लैंग्वेज में रेदर देन इंग्लिश ऑब्जेक्ट बीच में आता है और जो वर्ब होता है वो पीछे जाता है। रॉन्ग हो गया। इसीलिए इफ यू वांट टू लर्न इंग्लिश, इफ यू वांट टू कम्युनिकेट in English fluently, then what you have to do? Think in English, express your thought in English, and for this simple present tense is useful for you. Got it? Very easy. So ये first use हुआ कौन सा? For expressing our habitual action. Second, for explaining or to express any universal fact. Universal fact means what? वो आज भी है, पहले भी था और बाद में भी रहेगा। That is known as universal fact. Example, the sun rises in the east. So I use rises. कि मैंने ऐसा लिखा the sun rises in the east. Wrong. sun एक ही है, जैसे यहाँ पे साहिल एक ही था, तो ऐसा है कि नहीं? इसीलिए sun एक है तो rises, इसलिए es लगा उस पीछे, s लगा, sorry. तो sun rises in the east, ये fact है। Money is a nuisance thing, ये fact है। Earth revolves around the sun, ये fact है। ये कभी बदलेंगे नहीं। तो इफ यू वांट टू एक्सप्रेस यूनिवर्सल फैक्ट ऑलवेज यूज सिंपल प्रेजेंट टेंस। द नेक्स्ट वन इज सपोज, समटाइम्स योर टीचर इज सेइंग, सपोज मुझे अभी बोलना है कि फ्यूचर के बारे में बोलना है। सपोज टुडे इज फ्राइडे, ओके। मैं बोलूंगी तुम लोगों को कि मंडे मेरा लेक्चर है। सो फॉर एक्सप्रेसिंग अवर नियर बाय फ्यूचर एक्शन, नियर बाय फ्यूचर एक्शन को अगर मुझे एक्सप्लेन करना है तो भी मैं सिंपल प्रेजेंट टेंस का यूज कर सकती हूँ। जैसे देखो मैं बोलती हूँ अभी, टुमारो इज संडे या टुमारो इज सैटरडे, ओके, राइट है, कल सैटरडे है। टुमारो विल बी सैटरडे, टुमारो विल सैटरडे, कल सैटरडे होगा, ये भी करेक्ट है। बट लोग जो है इन डेली रूटीन एज वी आर communicating in English at that time, most of the people are expressing their future action in simple present only. जैसे Monday, there is a meeting on Monday. मीटिंग तो Monday को है, future action हो गई। मैं Friday को बता रही हूँ तुम लोगों को, तो Monday को अगर मीटिंग है तो क्या मुझे बोलना चाहिए? There will be meeting on Monday. That is also correct. Okay? और there is meeting on Monday. This is also correct. Means what? ये भी करेक्ट वो भी करेक्ट। मीन्स इफ यू वांट टू एक्सप्रेस नियर बाय फ्यूचर एक्शंस एट दैट टाइम यू यूज सिंपल प्रेजेंट टेंस। कितना इजी है देखो। एक टेंस अगर तुमको पता चल जाएगा, दूसरे टेंस ऑटोमेटिक उसके पीछे चलते चलते आएंगे, उसको तुम्हें इतना समझने की जरूरत नहीं। मेन चीज समझनी है वो है पहला टेंस, सिंपल प्रेजेंट टेंस। कितना इजी था, गॉट इट। इफ अगर तुमको समझ में आए तो लेट्स सी सम एक्सरसाइज, कुछ एक्सरसाइज लेते हैं। अभी स्टूडेंट्स क्या करना है तुम लोगों को, ये मैंने इतना सारा लिखा हुआ है कि नहीं? ओके, तो क्या होगा, लिखा है तो मुझे रब करना पड़ेगा। ओके, फिर मैं रब करूंगी तो तुम लोगों को तो मजे पड़ जाएंगे, अरे मैम हम लोग कैसे लिखे। तो तुमको क्या करना है, यहाँ पे पॉज करने का वीडियो को, वो तो आता है ना पॉज करना, यस। वीडियो पॉज करने के बाद ये सब कुछ अच्छी तरह से लिख लेने का, भले उसमें तुमको 1 घंटा लगे या 15 मिनट लगे या 5 मिनट लगे। ये बहुत ही नीट और क्लीन लिखना है, क्योंकि अभी जो तुम लोग लिखोगे वो लाइफ टाइम के लिए रहेगा। ऐसा ना समझो कि 9 के लिए है तो 10th में बुक बजा जाएगी, नो। 9, 10, 11 देखो, इसीलिए मैंने लिखा ही है, ये आपको 11th में भी काम में आएगा और 12th में तो पढ़ने की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ेगी। क्यों? क्योंकि तुम लोग ऑलरेडी पढ़ चुके होंगे। तो तुम लोगों को ये अच्छी तरह से ग्रामर की नोटबुक बनाओ तुम लोग, और ग्रामर की नोटबुक में बहुत ही नीट एंड क्लीन राइटिंग में इसको लिखना है, क्योंकि ये अगर दिमाग में घुसा तो तुम्हारे लिए आगे का इंग्लिश बोलना इजी है। और मेरा ये वीडियो मैंने काफी एक्सप्लेन किया है, तुमको समझ में भी आया होगा कि मैंने क्या बोला है। तो ये पहले अच्छी तरह से लिखो और उसके बाद तुम लोगों को मैं आगे का रखूंगी। अभी मैं लेक्चर एंड कर रही हूँ यहाँ पे, तुरंत में नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में तुम लोगों को ये जो है वो सब कुछ ये तो रब हो जाएगा, फिर एक्सरसाइज जो है मैं लिखना स्टार्ट करूंगी। और तुम लोगों को भले हमारा ये वर्चुअल क्लासरूम है, बट ऐसे समझना है कि मैम हमें रियली क्लासरूम में पढ़ा रहे हैं, ये मोबाइल हमारा क्लास है और मैम जो मुझे क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं तो मुझे आंसर देना है। तुम्हारे लिए भी अच्छा है, तुम्हारी प्रैक्टिस भी होगी और तुम्हें फील भी नहीं होगा कि बोर है। ओके, तो विद दिस यहाँ पे मैं लेक्चर एंड करती हूँ। नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में हम लोग मिलते हैं, बट बिफोर दैट तुमको ये पूरा लिखना है। ओके स्टूडेंट्स, बाय।